Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays, talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Pilipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Pilipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays, talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Pilipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
tapos hataw. Hiya parang lindol, Pastor Peter ni Idol. Solid ang laban, malupit ang galawan. Solid ang punch, malakas ang hiyawan. Ang action ay walang hinto. Sa solid na laro. Solid ang laban, malupit ang galawan. Solid ang punch, malakas ang hiyawan. Ang action ay walang hinto. Sa solid na laro. Baba ang depensa, mabilis ang opensa. Tinawag ang play.
Nagpapatuloy ang ginintong season ng PBA. It's our 50th and we are in the Commissioner's Cup. We're coming to you from the Ninoy Aquino Stadium in Manila. And we're bringing the action of the regular season, the elimination round of the PBA Commissioner's Cup Ball, one of the highly touted imports. Isa sa mga pinaka-inaabangan ng lahat. Together, of course, with the rest of the tropa, isa dyan si Jordan Henning. They will take on the Terrafirma Dyip, who had a brilliant start dito sa ating conference. They won their first 3 games behind also yung magandang pinakita ni Mubashar Ali, ang kanilang import, as well as Jeric Anbisi. Pero ngayon, nangangapa itong dalawang koponan. They're hoping to turn it around as they both are coming off losses entering this matchup. Salamat po sa pagtutok ninyo sa RBTV. You got Jot Sulit, the Dean Ginito Henson, and later makakasama rin natin si Miss Eileen Chi. Good afternoon, Dean.
Put that on, and good afternoon, Jot. Good afternoon, mga PBA fans. And you know, this game, sabi ko nga kanina, is crucial because both are coming off losses. Ang TNT happened to be the runner-up in the last conference, so they want to be able to break out in this conference and make up for that loss in the finals. But they're 2-2 ang record nila so far. And for Terrafirma naman, they were last place. They won only once in the previous conference. And right now, sabi ko nga, Jot, they went 3-0 at the start, but they have lost their last 2. Their record is 3-2. That's better than TNT's. But for Terrafirma, it was a awakening for them at the beginning of the season. Ngayon naman kailangan reawakening because dalawang sunod na talo ang Terrafirma.
That's right. Pero pag-usapan na muna natin etong tropa, and in their previous game, actually may magandang comeback run in the 4th quarter etong TNT, but it was too little too late dahil umabot ng 20 lamang na Meralco and kinapos na yung habol ng tropa.
Well, makita natin some interesting figures from that game, especially in the assist department. Kalain mo TNT, which is a very good team system type of team, is now second to the last place in assists. They're not getting the kickouts anymore and for the three-point shooters, and that's the reason why nagkukulan sila sa assists. I've also noticed that malaking change sa point of attack ng TNT in this conference compared to last conference. Yung last conference, Jack, kalano ba? They took 46% of their shots from 3 and 4. But this conference, they're taking only 32% of their shots from 3 and 4. And that's because they've retooled and they've adjusted to the strengths of Bol.
Ito nga, pag-uusapan na nga natin yung import ng TNT na si Bo Manute Bol. Ito talaga inaabangan ng mga tao because we know that he played in the NBA fairly recently. Naging matunog din yung pangalan niya doon, and the fact that he was coming into the PBA the moment na inangat yung ating height restrictions. Actually, hindi inangat, tinanggal yung height restrictions. Bol joined the tropa, and against Meralco, he was limited. Limited na yan kasi mas malalaki yung numero mga pinakita niya in the earlier games.
Exactly. Average siya sa conference natin is 35 points, but he only had 28 points in that contest. He played only 30 minutes, where he's averaging 37 minutes a game. Now for Bol, he really has to adjust to the kind of system that Coach Chot Reyes wants. It can't be all him. It's got to be a total team effort for Bol and for TNT para makaangat ang kanilang laro. And as we mentioned, they're 2-2. Bol has to do his share in terms of getting everyone involved in the offense as well as in defense.
That's right. Well, speaking about the three-point shooting team na binanggit mo kanina, itong si Jordan Henning has become a tool, a contributor pagdating dyan sa department na yan. In fact, in their last game against Meralco, albeit ending up in a loss, he was perfect from three-point range. Perfect din siya from the free throw line. Ang kulang na lang talaga dun sa stat line na yun is the W that he was looking for.
Yung consistency ang kailangan dito ni Jordan Henning. Right now in this conference, he's averaging just 10 points a game. But as you mentioned against Meralco, itong ginawa niya, 21 points, did not miss from the free throw line, did not miss from three-point distance. And Jordan Henning can be and should be a major weapon sa atake ng TNT. But he's got to get his touches, he's got to get his passes, and plus, he has to know how to work things comprehensively with Bol.
That's right. Lalo na siya yung lead facilitator minsan on the floor for TNT. Now, speaking of the tropa, one guy that they need to see more consistency from is Calvin Oftana. We know this guy is one of the most talented locals we have in the PBA right now. Lagi rin niyang among the conference's top scorers din eh. Lagi siyang in that conversation. But against Meralco, Calvin's scoring was pretty limited.
Only 10 points against Meralco, but against SMB, he had 18 points. Now, Calvin is averaging 15.3 points a game. And you don't want to foul him because he's 20 of 21 from the free throw line. That's 95.2% shooting from the free throw line. But for Calvin Oftana, importante sa kanya that as well as the other locals ng TNT, everybody has to be involved in getting Manud to buy into Coach Chon Reyes and Stitzer. It can't be just Manud, or we call him Bol, Manud Bol. It can't just be Bol. It has to be a total team effort. 5 guys on the floor playing with each other.
And that's right. And to wrap up our conversation about TNT prior to the tip-off, well, let's bring in Miss Eileen Shi.
Jotun Dean, magandang hapon sa inyo. Maraming kinailangan pag-usapan ng TNT Tropang 5G matapos makuha ang kanilang pangalawang pagkatalo sa kamay ng Meralco Bolts. But all this was just done with one thing in mind, and that is to get everyone on the same page. According to Coach Sandy Arespa-Cochaga, nagpagandang loob si Bol, apologizing and messaging the team after the game for the energy he displayed. Hindi nga daw siya 100% noon due to a stomach bug, pero hindi daw ito excuse as he is taking accountability. As for the locals, they also acknowledge their part in what transpired. Hindi daw pwedeng susunod lang sila. They need to be ready to play all the time. Kaya ika nga ni Coach Sandy, it was an off night for multiple players, but more than the X's and O's, we needed to focus on the mentality to set the tone and show them what it takes to win. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you so much, Eileen. Now we cross over to the side of Terrafirma and we talk about their previous game, which was against Magnolia. It was a very low-scoring game, lalo na kumpara doon sa mga unang laro ng Terrafirma dito.
Exactly. For Terrafirma, in their 3 wins, ang average nila was 107.3 points a game. But in their 2 losses, that average has gone down to 87.5. That's a 20-point difference. At makikita natin sa figures in that previous game, Terrafirma held only to 70 points. Now, for Terrafirma to have a chance to win this, they've got to play with high-octane offense. They've got to score over 100 points. And they've got to get the best out of Ali, who once had a 50-point game in that win of Terrafirma against Converge. So he's got to get back his scoring stride.
Tama yan. Ang laking bagay talaga ni Mubashar Ali in the early success of Terrafirma. At ang malaking contributor din dyan was Jeric Ahadmisi. For a couple of seasons, a couple of years, Jeric rode the far end of the Magnolia bench. Nung na-trade dito sa Terrafirma, napakawalan at napakita niya talaga din kung anong kaya niyang gawin on a PBA floor when given the minutes.
Well, talking about minutes, he's averaging 40 minutes and 54 seconds in this conference. That's a lot of playing time that he gets. And there are only 2 players from Terrafirma who are averaging at least 40 minutes. Jeric at saka si Ali. And for Jeric Ahadmisi, I think it's important that he continues to play the lethal kind of game that he should show. Now, he's coming off an exceptional performance in a 3x3 tournament where the Philippine team went to the quarterfinals. But Jeric Ahadmisi has to show what he's got in the 5-on-5 game as well.
That's right. Well, for Terrafirma, so many contributors naman. Kaya nga naging maganda yung pinakita nila. You were talking about Mubashar Ali's 50-point performance. That went against Converge. Kalaban pa nila doon din Kyler Kelly, who was touted as a very defensive-minded import. Pero 50 nga ginawa ni Ali. But after that, medyo talagang bumagsak na yung laro niya, especially on the scoring front.
Nag-drop off na yung laro niya. And the first 3 games, all of which Terrafirma won, ang average niya 33. But against Phoenix, down to 13. Against Magnolia, 18. So, ang drop-off niya, medyo malaki, 33 points. But in the last 2 games, all losses, down to 15.5. But, this guy can't be just a scorer. He's got to play tough defense. He's got to play a big role in terms of controlling the boards. Remember, that game against Converge, he not only had 50 points, he had 25 rebounds.
That's right. At isa pang aasahan natin at aabangan sa panig ng Terrafirma is Joseph Ariobu. Joseph Ariobu got traded to Terrafirma last conference. He was actually on a trip playing 3x3 for the Philippines. Pagbalik niya, iba na team niya, but it has done wonders this career, Dean.
Well, for Ariobu, he's never shy to take a shot. And the important thing is, when he takes a shot, it better be good shot selection para naman pumasok most of the time. Now, 3 of the 5 games that he's played, we are scoring double figures, and that's important for Ariobu and for Terrafirma, that he gets back his scoring skills.
Well, it's Terrafirma versus TNT. Isa dito sa dalawang kupunan na ito makakabawi, makakabalik sa winning column. Who will it be? We'll find out with this game. Right now, it's time to meet the starters for both teams.
At guard from Bohol, Misamis Oriental, number 6, Ray Nambata. From Tondo, Manila, the other guard, number 15, Jordan Heading. At centers, TNT Import, number 1, Paul Manubo. At forward from Dumaguete, number 8, Calvin Aldana. And from La Union, also at forward, number 45, Brandon Ganuelas Rosser. Head coach for TNT is John Reyes. And now, here are the starters for the Terrafirma Dyip. From Muntinlupa, at guard number 38, Brett Paraiso. Also at guard from Zamboanga, number 30, Dina Hanapi. From San Jose del Monte, Bulacan, at forward, number 26, J.M. Bravo. At forward, number 21, Mopashar Ali. And at center from Quezon City, number 18, Gio Chiu. Head coach for Terrafirma is Ronald Tubig. Game officials are Marty Montoya, Albert Nublam, Jason Luminoso, and Jerome Guy.
Your officials for this game. Lead referee will be Marty Montoya, joined by Nubla, Pipinoso, and Guy. At ang mga magsisimula naman para sa TNT, it's the Batang and Heading teaming up in the backcourt. Kasama nila si Oftana, Rosser, and Ball. A very tall front court for the Tropa. And para naman sa mga nakaputi, you got a couple of rookies in Bravo and Chu, joined by Hanapi, Paraiso, and Ali.
Napansin natin dito, John, very early in this game, some unpredictable changes in the starting lineup ng Terrafirma. Hanapi has not started at all in this conference. Doon din si Paraiso. And the quick attack by TNT.
You would also think, Dean, no, na with a couple of important players unavailable for Terrafirma, makikita natin mag-start agad si Jeric Anmisi, but they are opting to take him off the bench.
Well, they like Jeric Anmisi coming off the bench, in fact, because, he provides that instant offense. And for Anmisi, last game, he also didn't start. I think he just came in from that 3x3 tournament.
Yeah.
Kanya hindi siya nag-start. Pero nakita siguro ni Coach ng Terrafirma is that coming off the bench might be a good thing. Coach Ronald Tubit has something in mind for Jeric Anmisi, who's going to be coming off the bench in this game.
Here's Paraiso. Alis, PGR nakabantay sa kanya. Brent looped it over Ball but could not get it to fall down. Ang batang pitch to BGR. May foul pang itatawag kay Hanapi. And Rosser will have a shot at a three-point play.
Doon nakita natin yung defensive orientation ng TNT. Nakakuha sila ng push shot on the other end because of the presence ni Manut or Manut Ball. And then quickly, a transition basket, three-point play, completion galing kay PGR.
So 4-0 start para sa TNT. Also trying to bounce back. Grabe yung panalo nila over San Miguel. Oh, what a play! Between the two rookies, Chu and Bravo connecting that time.
At nakita natin si Chu, umaangat ang kanyang position on the offensive end because he needs to bring ball outside with him. That opens the lane for layups by his teammates.
Nambatak and another three-point play opportunity. Veterano to si Ray Nambatak, but even in his earlier years in the PBA, isa siya sa mga pinakamahuhusay in drawing contact din.
Well, alam natin ang TNT happens to be one of the top teams in drawing fouls, in going to the free throw line. In fact, they're number 1 in taking free throws at 36.5 free throws a game. Last game against Meralco, they took 51 free throw attempts. So, I mean, that's way, way above the normal. Aggressive sila eh. Pumapasok, and as I said, no, they're not relying on their outside shot any longer. And they're playing to the strengths of their personnel on the floor.
Maganda rin naman yung ikot ng bola para sa Terrafirma. Hindi nga na pumasok yung tira ni Hanami. Ali was there to mop up the mess.
That's despite the presence of BMB. Yan ang tawag natin sa kanya. BMB. Ball, Manud, Ball.
Ng bata. Ginugulo pa rin ni Paraiso. Ball.
He's way outside. And it's, look at that double team. You need to double him with a smaller man, Paraiso, getting the steal, and then they have a transition basket. You know, that's one way of defending BMP. When he's got the ball, and he likes to dribble from the outside. When he puts the ball on the floor, the double has to come from a smaller man. Kasi ang taas ng dribble niya eh. Susundin mo lang, makakakuha ka ng steal.
And here's Ball, gustong bumawi. Short doon sa kanyang tira.
That's two big men that time, blocking his path and forcing him to take that kind of a shot.
Ali shoots over the bigger import on the other side and hits nothing. Let's send it over now to Eileen.
Jot and din hindi naging biro ang back-to-back losses para sa Terrafirma, especially after the good start they had. It's confidence. Ika nga ni Jerica Hanisi, we felt too good about ourselves, but the last two games taught us a thing or two about humility. Kaya naman moving forward, looking for other ways to score is their top priority, lalo na at nalimitahan sila to scoring just 28 points in the second half of their last game. Dagdag ni Coach Darren Harencio, we settled too much on catch-and-shoot opportunities instead of moving the ball. That said, the goal today is to show renewed effort, making Bol work on defense and earning his points offensively, all while ensuring that he gets limited shots. And they have to do that without Maverick Hanisi, who is sidelined due to a grade 1 ankle sprain, and Paulo Hernandez, who has a calf strain. Back to you.
So dalawa yan na mabigat din na mawala dito sa Terrafirma. Paulo Hernandez and Maverick Hanisi.
That's a big development.
Yeah.
Una-una, si Maverick is their stabilizer. Paulo Hernandez provides a lot of slashing and also playmaking. So two guys from the backcourt ng Terrafirma hindi makakalaro. Which is the reason kung bakit si Brent Paraiso got the starting nod. I think this game kind of shows you that kailangan ng Terrafirma si Mark Nonoy. Nawawala pa si Mark Nonoy sa eksena. And, you know, I think this game kind of shows that kailangan nila another guard like a Mark Nonoy.
It's late in the shot clock of Terrafirma. Hindi na rin sila makaka-attempt. Oftana has entered the game. He's attacking, leads it up for Ball. That's too easy of a jam for Ball, Manu Ball. Ali on the other side. That's going to be a blocking foul. And this break that we have, Dean, gives us a chance to go through our Dean's list. I apologize. Let's just take a look at this Ball dunk again.
Running the floor. See BMB getting that shot to fall inside, nobody home to be able to defend that kind of shot. But ang nangyari doon, because the concentration of TNT was to play offense on one end, nakawala doon si Ali, and he'll be at the line for 2 free throws. So quick transition ang ginagawa dito ng Terrafirma. They don't want Bol to set up defensively, and they want to be able to attack early.
So ito, puntahan natin din kung ano Dean's list natin para sa Terrafirma.
Well, for Terrafirma, unang-una, refuse the second chance points ng TNT. TNT is number 2 in second chance points at 13 a game. And that means you need to box out si Bol, BGR, tsaka si Kelly Williams once he's in the game. I think it's also important that they restrict Bol's space, meaning to say, don't give him the space to operate close to the basket because nobody can stop him from point-blank range. So you need to have him get the ball outside, double-team him with a smaller man so that they can disrupt his dribble. So again, the idea is how to play defense against Bol. And finally, step on the gas. I think it's important that they play good transition against TNT. They're number 5 in fast break points at 14.6 points. They need to keep Bol struggling and running back on defense and beating him to the draw.
Well, puntahan na rin natin ngayon yung sa panig ng TNT.
Ito si Bol taking that shot from the outside. Watch him again. Attacking from the outside but forced to pass off. That's the way you play defense against Bol. So you don't give him the space to move inside.
Here is Chu. One-hander. Nakita mo yung ilang ni Jeyo Chu eh. But si Jeyo Bravo naman sa ilalim. Hindi yan makikilang.
Offensive rebound coming from Terrafirma and then getting the basket is Bravo.
First, it was the rebound. And that already was impressive. But the fact na naiput back niya pa through the foul made that highlight for the Terrafirma rookie.
Mabilis ang setup ng Terrafirma and that's a good idea. Coach Ronald Tubid has the right idea of setting the pace in this game. Ahanisi is in the game.
Here's ball open for three.
And if you're Terrafirma, give him that kind of shot. Ahanisi from the outside. A swisher!
Ito is ng batang kinugulo ni Garcia. Stingray uses the ball screen. Couple of steps. Alam mo, kitang-kita niya kung sino yung libre with his height.
Oo.
Hindi nga na pumasa yung tira ni Heading. Heading sends it back to Ball. Wants to dance with Ali. A foul on the leg.
Napapansin natin dito, Ball is also looking to pass the ball now. He's averaging only 1 assist a game. Ito makita natin yung pull-up. That's a three-pointer galing kay Jerry Gahamisi.
And that three-point shot is brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
And take another look at this shot coming from Ball. Friendly bounce, pumasok ang tira. He's at the line now for a bonus free throw. And let's talk about the Dean's List now for TNT. I think it's important that they attack the interior. As we mentioned kanina, they're number 1 in terms of free throw attempts. The only problem is they're shooting only 68.5% from the line. They've got to improve on that. Next is they need to bring back that teamwork. They're second to the last place in terms of assists on the average as Garcia hitting the baseline jumper. And so they need to get that ball moving and Ball realizing that he can't do it by himself, that he needs to pass that ball as well.
PGR! Nakalusot doon. Oh, but PGR is hurt. Mukhang na unang bumagsak yung kanyang hip. After that attempt, he's back on his feet, but you can see it on his face na nasaktan siya.
That was a 5-on-4 situation, which is a reason why Terrafirma has another chance at the basket. Hindi lang pumasok yung tira. By the way, the third point sa atin these days for TNT is don't let Ali lose. As we mentioned kanina, first 3 games, 33 points a game. Last 2 games, only 15.5.
Major drop-off in his scoring. For
Points
Ball,
Yep.
yung kanyang last game, di ba? Also below his average. 28 lang yung nagawa niya when he averages 35 a game. But mukhang gigil makabawi in this game. Zaldivar finds himself open. Ayaw rin lang mahulog ng mga tira sa labas ng Terrafirma. Nabatak na step back. Zaldivar.
Hanisi getting the screen from Zaldivar. That's a pick and pop. Yes.
And I think that's the main reason kung bakit pinasok na ni Coach Ronald Tubid etong si Keith Zaldivar. Isang big man na may tira sa labas, meaning Ball has to chase him outside.
Dalawa na ang 3-point connections ng Terrafirma in this game. TNT hindi pa nakaka-shoot from the 3-point distance. Could this be the first? Hindi pa rin.
Around 5 minutes left in the opening quarter.
Ali's doing his job getting those rebounds.
Garcia fires away. That's way off. Here's Ball. Imagine 7-3 nagbababa ng bola para sa TNT.
And look at his dribbling skills. And he will go to the line once more. He's attacking the defense. Ang problema doon sa Terrafirmas, they are allowing Ball to bring that ball close to the basket. You need to defend him and stop his dribble when he's outside. Once he's that close, you're bound to foul him or he'll get the shot.
We still have 4:45 left in the first quarter. Lamang ang Terrafirma 18-17, and we have timeout brought to you by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook.
Kasi pag involved si Andy sa ball screen, that means we can shoot the gap from the weak side, okay? Be ready to rotate. Rotate tayo. Okay? Couple of times ball on a ball screen, roll one time. One time, roll one time. Okay? Okay?
Jason Castro for Ray Nambata and Chu for Mubashar Ali.
Back inside the Ninoy Aquino Stadium para sa pagpapatuloy ng PBA Season 50 Commissioner's Cup. It's a TNT Tropang Giga versus the Terrafirma Dyip. Ball Manood Ball leading the way with 8 points for the Tropa. And he'll be taking 2 free throws.
That time challenging the defense, the alley. And just a little bit of information about Bo. Would you believe that his great-great-great-grandfather was 7 feet 10 inches tall?
Wow.
Of course, his father, the late Manood Ball, was 7'7". And when he was in grade 7, Ball was already 6'5". Can you imagine? He played for he played in 6 NBA seasons for the Denver Nuggets, for the Orlando Magic, and for the Phoenix Suns. There's a lot in the game here.
Yeah, may kinaklarify ang ating officials.
Tropang 5G for fielding 6 players.
Tropang 5G, hindi yata
Mukhang hindi
nag-communicate.
nagpaalam ang isang player. Might be Glenn Cubuntin, possibly, or Jason Castro. Sila yung mga... Actually, ang dami kasing sub eh.
Oo nga eh.
Netong TNT.
Well, that'll be a technical foul. But that, that's coming off a timeout. So hindi maganda yung communication that time. And Ahmiz is going to take the free throw, which he makes. Ahmiz doesn't usually miss from the free throw line. He's 83.3% from the line. And Ball, however, this is a weak point in his game. His free throw shooting is hitting only 48.9% from the line.
Oh, there's that case.
Double lane violation. It'll be a jump ball.
So parehong maagang pumasok si Heriobo at Cubuntin as they were boxing each other out. Dating nag-abot yan magkakampi when they were playing for Mahindra.
Now here's a nice jump ball here between Ball and si Chu.
Shoot right.
Yeah,
he really tried. Pero
Chu 6'9" against a 7'3" player. You know who's going to win that bat.
here's Ball.
That's a 3.
7-3 with range, pero hindi pumasok yung tirang yun. At Terrafirma will mount their counter-attack.
Ball is shooting 31% from 3-point distance. Terrafirma will give him that kind of shot, so long as it doesn't come in for a dunk.
Ahmiz. Oh, that's a 3 for Jering. Doing what he does best.
Don't look now, Terrafirma has gotten back the lead. Now Kelly Williams is back on the floor and it provides additional strength close to the basket here for TNT.
Ito nga, pinasok na ni Coach Chot yung mga veterano niya. Pugoy, short doon sa tira. Ball, nakagawa ni Zaldivar ng rebound. At habang pumasok yung veterano ng Tropa, kasama si Ball, ito actually Terrafirma, they're playing without an import.
And that time, Chu missed an easy basket from close distance. And Ball connecting once more. He'll go back to the line. Ito yung sinasabi natin about TNT being aggressive going to the rim. That's the reason why they're number 1 sa liga natin in terms of free throw attempts.
In the first, siguro 3 minutes din of this game, nakatatlong foul na agad na nakuha itong TNT. And you were talking about how aggressive they are. Mapa-locals, mapa-import. It's the same brand of basketball. They keep on attacking the paint.
And it's the reason kung bakit hindi na sila masyadong nag-rely sa 3-point shot. In fact, in this game, wala pa silang 3-point connection. There's going to be a turnover against Terrafirma.
And an unforced error, hindi lang nagka-intindihan si Ahanmisia Teryobu. Those are the ones that hurt, lalo na ngayong bumabalik na itong TNT. Ball with 11 to lead all scorers. Si Jeric Ahanmisi, meron na ring 7 points. Pugoy.
Providing the shield here for Pogoy, and then the extra pass. Now that's the TNT system you're used to watching from Coach Jot Reyes. And if you notice, the ball provided the screen, and then they made the extra pass to find the open man.
Pugoy with the block. Sends it to Ball. Oh, look at that stretch. The length on full display. Garcia naman on the other side. Binibilisan ng Terrafirma yung laro.
Pero nakababa na si Ball, and there's going to be a foul.
And that will be the third team foul of TNT. Pero pass ball yata ang sasabihin. So just a sideline inbound. Look at this.
They're taking extra pass. Napunta kay Jason Castro, and he will deliver from 3-point distance.
And on the next play, sabi ni Pugoy, I'll share that rock again. Si Ball naman ang nahanap niya. That leads us into this timeout, brought to you by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook.
Round 2. Whether left or right to ha. PG na to, PG. Kasi si ano to eh. Si Jason to eh. Mo, Ali, then Gio. Mo, corner.
Nagbabalik tayo dito sa Ninoy Aquino Stadium para sa tapatang TNT Tropang 5G at Terrafirma. Mahigit isang taon na wala si Jason Castro matapos ang kanyang patella tendon tear. And despite the what-ifs and different scenarios that could have transpired, Jason says that looking back, everything happens for a reason, kaya wala siyang regrets at all. Dagdag pa nga ni Jason, masaklap ang nangyari pero nabigyan ako ng oras para magpahinga, spend time with the family at para naman sa koponan, opportunity para mag-step up and mature. Marami na daw guards na kayang mag-cover para sa kanya, so no pressure for him to recreate his glory because he is just happy to be back. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Eileen. Alam mo, Dean and Eileen, si Jason, alam niya naman eh, he's a smart man. He understands that mas malapit na siya sa dulo ng karera niya kaysa sa simula, di ba? And, you know, while we appreciate the greatness of Jason Castro, we don't know how many years we will see more of him on a PBA hardcourt. So mas masakit eh kapag he's being sidelined at this stage, eating up on what's left in the tank. Pero nakikita mo naman, pag pinaglalaro pa eh, marami pang ibubuga.
He's still capable of making an impact now. He turns 40 years old on June 30. But Castro, kailangan na kanyang leadership. Here's Pogoy with a shot and a swish. Sabi nga natin kanina, no? TNT struggling to find that system, and I think Jason Castro's presence on the court will give them back that system. Here's Castro now with the shot. Hindi na pumasok. There's a foul on the rebound play. Tinamaan si Chu.
Aminado naman si Kabuntin
And did you notice that ball going over to Jason Castro and slapping fives? And I think little by little, more and more, we're going to see ball playing within that kind of system ng TNT. Mas magandang palakad ngayon yung ikot ng bola ng TNT. Ball is providing some high screens for his teammates. He's passing the ball a little bit more. But of course, if he has a chance to score, he will score. Who's going to stop him if he's close to the basket?
Ito si Ali also trying to do damage here. Pero hindi mo pa maramdaman masyado yung impact niya. He does have 4 points, but quiet ones. Ball to the blur. Pugoy naman sa kanto. That's a 3.
And notice the passing. Si Ball, tapos kay Castro, tapos kay Pugoy. That's the kind of passing that Coach Short Reyes has been looking for from his team. And now, it's back.
Look at this one more time kanina. Pugoy to Castro. Ngayon, Castro to Pugoy for a 3-point shot brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook.
And the initial pass actually came from Ball.
He will always be involved dito sa kanilang depensa. As you can see, si Castro dito kay Paul binigay. Andun yung depensa ni Chu. But they're gonna review that. Dahil may potential landing spot infraction daw.
And this is something that Terrafirma really needs to resolve. How to defend Ball, especially when he takes the shot from the outside. Give him the shot. Don't want him coming inside. Gaya na nangyari kanina. Where he can dunk, where he can scoop the ball inside, and nandun pa yung landing spot. Difficult to see from that angle, but the referees did review it. If they, I don't think there was any dire consequence, and there was a legitimate challenge. So I think it'll be a regular foul, but could be wrong.
It was one of those situations
foul.
na parang medyo paharap din kasi yung jump shooter. So hirap eh. It's so difficult dito to be a referee because dito lang sa landing spot rule, tingnan mo yung jumper ni Ball.
Tingnan natin yung
he will move a little bit forward. And dun siya pumasok dun sa kung nasan si Chu. Did Chu move towards Ball? That's another thing, of course, na i-consider.
And the judgment is still up in the air. What is the ruling? What is the ruling? Because if they call the landing spot violation, it'll be flagrant penalty 1.
And Chu,
3 minutes on the bench.
at kailangan din ng Terrafirma yung size ni Chu. So that's going to be huge for them.
Flagrant foul penalty 1 on Gio Chu for landing spot.
It's a landing spot violation by Chu. So he will troop to the bench. He will sit for 3 minutes. Hindi natin nakita yun, no? But we were looking for the best possible angle. But the referees had the best possible angle. And they saw it on their replay machine on different angles. And they ruled it a landing spot violation. So free throws coming up here for Bowl. And then TNT will still have possession after this.
First one is in. Ball now with 15 points.
And we're just in the first quarter of this game.
At 5 doon din galing dyan sa free throw line. 6 na ngayon.
Oo. Ang dami ng free throws binibigay ng Terrafirma sa TNT. But that's also a hallmark of the style ng TNT. Attack inside, go to the line. And Ball gets a well-deserved rest on the bench with 1:02 left in this period.
And TNT now holds the first double-digit lead of this game.
Galinato now playing the center position for TNT.
Castro falling away, the blur, no good. Labanan sa rebound, hindi tumama sa ring, and that's going to be a shot clock violation.
That's the right call. 24-second shot clock violation against TNT. And this lead has ballooned now to 11 points. Kanina lamang lumamang ang Terrafirma.
Yeah.
But just an avalanche of baskets and points coming from TNT. Angered on on ball.
Ito ngayon ng Terrafirma, they want to stop their drought.
look at that
Nanahimik
switch.
na talaga itong Jeep. Ali still could not make it.
And great job on the defensive end by TNT. Nagsi-switch sila off the ball screen for Anisi. Anisi, no good look at the basket because of the switching defense.
TNT in the middle of a 15-0 run. Matadagdagan pa ba nila? Here's Castro.
He's gonna take the shot. Here it goes.
Jason unable to make it, pero grabe pa rin yung bulusok netong TNT Tropang 5G to end that first quarter. Again, it was a 15-0 blitz team.
Unbelievable because Terrafirma seemed to have its sway of the game until, well, TNT seized control. Their passing has come back. Their system play is back. And Bo has been making a big difference.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Lumalabas yung tunay na pugoy dito sa conference na to, Dean.
But in this particular game, si Pogoy is getting his minutes. He's finding his range early, already with 5 total points, including a 3-pointer. So, yun ang kanyang average.
Naabot niya na.
Nakuha na niya sa first quarter.
Mas RR Pugoy yun, yung 5 points per quarter rather than per game. Di ba? Mas madali kay RR
Oo.
yan, 5 sa isang quarter eh.
Well, RR is also coming off
An injury.
an injury. So it took him a little bit of time to get his groove back.
And it's also important to note, Dean, bukod dun sa 5 points, meron pang 3 rebounds, 2 assists si Pugoy in only 4.5 minutes of game.
And he did miss the first 2 games at TNT. But an offensive foul has been called against Ali. Wala nga si Bol, so umatake agad si Ali, but he was called for warding off. That's an offensive foul.
The biggest lead of Terrafirma earlier was 22-18. Pero mula noon, hindi na sila nakascore. Williams.
That's a 3. Hindi lang pumasok. Ali with the rebound.
Ahanmisi now. Isa lang ang Ahanmisi na available in this game. Ali, nagkaroon na lang ng paraan.
And a pocket pass galing kay Jerica Ahnisi for Ali. That's the kind of play that Terrafirma should execute. Get Ali involved, more involved in the offense and getting close to the basket. Kasi ang laki niya eh. Sayang naman kung hindi niya magamit ang kanyang height advantage.
About Caminato getting a board against Terrafirma import. Hindi lang pumasok yung putback.
Ali's length making that shot not enter the hoop.
Ali thought about it. Paraiso. Ganda ng galaw to draw a foul. He'll head to the line.
Smart move by Brent Paraiso. He faked passing the ball over to Ali and found himself open for the shot, although he was fouled taking off. And you know, just like Aral Pogoy, si Paraiso missed the first few games of this conference with an injury. He missed the first 3 games and has since come back. It's his first start in this contest. Big boy Umali is now in the game.
You'll have to be impressed with the mobility of Sean Umali.
You know that 15-0 blast ng TNT to end the first quarter. Nakita natin yung lack of a stabilizer ng Terrafirma without a Maverick Ahnisi running the floor. They weren't able to stop that run from TNT.
Umali's the one pass to push in guard ball. He gives up a lot of height and length. Pero in terms of strength, baka makapala. Ito na siya. Gusto siyang tirahin ni Ball. That's great defense for Umali. And Ball refusing to be picked up by the Terrafirma Big.
Ball
Look at
might be
this
saying that he
defense.
got fouled. But ito, makita natin. Well, that was a good defensive posture by Umali.
Vertical lang talaga.
Oo. Ang lapad eh.
Ali, step back.
He's bothered. He's bothered by the length of ball. It's not just his arms, but also his body length.
2 of 7 na si Mubashar Ali. Oftana. Umali switches on him. Calvin floating one over the defense. And that's the first 2 points of Oftana. Unang tira niya rin yan sa laro to. Paraiso. Iiwan kay Ali. Ginugulo ni Heading. That's gonna be a foul on Jordan.
It's something that Terrafirma needs to do a lot more. Get Ali involved in the offense. Make him aggressive. Make him go strong towards the hoop and challenge the interior defense ng TNT.
And while Ali is at the line, si Eileen naman ang ating puntahan.
Jatan din with Muba Ali finishing with just 4 points after the first quarter. Pinagsabihan nga siya ni Coach Pido Harencio in the latest huddle. Ika ni Coach Pido, Muba, stop passing the ball. You score. Don't just keep on looking for Jeric. Suffice to say, more is being asked of him after back-to-back low-output games. Pero hindi naman rin nakalusot ang locals dahil sa gaw ni Coach Jeff Napa. We cannot settle for three-pointers. We also need to penetrate the future. Balik sa inyo.
Thanks, Eileen. Well, ito kasi Terrafirma, they've taken 11 threes. 3 pa lang ang pumasok. As compared to yung binabanggit mo, kanina mo pa napapansin to din, TNT nga atake ng atake sa ilalim. That's another one. Another inside incursion for them.
And Ball almost getting a steal but deflecting it to go outside. Tama-tama yung report ni Eileen that Coach Ronald Tubin wants Ali to be more aggressive in attacking the hole, get to the foul line, and make Ball play tough defense.
You know what? That's why may mga import. And that's why they are called reinforcements, di ba? They are relied on kapag kailangan ng isang koponan. Oh, look at that pass from Ball. Hindi lang pumasok yung tira ni Galinato. Good recovery para sa depensa ng Terrafirma. Paraiso trying to get it to Ali.
And that's a turnover.
That was a good point from Muba. He's telling Brent, lob it up, don't pass it down low.
Especially since Ball was still in the backcourt and he wasn't quick enough to run back in transition for the defense.
That would have been a highlight kung na-lock pass lang ni Brent Paraiso.
Angelica Anisi on the floor here against Jordan Heading.
Heading going downhill. Ball.
And
that's just unfair. You're 7'3", you jump, you stretch, tapos floater pa din yung ititira mo.
Hindi lang yun, it's a soft touch.
So exactly.
Umali's gonna take the shot.
Gusto bumawi ng tres, no good.
Oh, look at that block! They'll call the goal tip. Now they're gonna review that. Did the ball hit the board before it was blocked by Ball? Ito makita natin. So the ball had...
It might not be a matter of the board. It's a matter of
the trajectory.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So baka, okay, they count the basket. It was a goaltend. A little bit too late on the block.
Split second lang, no? Yung pinag-uusapan natin dyan.
The ball did not hit the board. It was on the way down. Kanya tinawag doon ng goaltending. But, you like the aggressiveness of Ball on the defensive end. Going up for that swat.
Team Governor Pido Arencio nakikipagbiruan kay Ball, at napangiti ni Governor Pido, itong si Ball Manutbol, I wonder what he said. Bihira natin makita si Ball na ngumiti, but he did. Ali.
He's attacking Ball, and that's the way to do it. Ball is not too aggressive defensively, especially if you drive against him. He'll have to work in his lateral movement.
Look at Umali, deny Ball way upstairs.
And here is the steal. Now it's a 3-on-1.
Eriobu will finish.
That lead is chopped down to 7.
It's down to 7 now. Eriobu getting out in the open, connecting with Eric Ahanmisi. Pumusing pa sa ere ito si Eriobu as he trims his deficit down to 7. Muba Ali heeding the call of his coaching staff to go to work. At the patawag ng timeout ng TNT, this one's brought to you by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook. Thank you for tuning in to RPTV para sa 50th season PBA Commissioner's Cup. Laban natin ngayon TNT Tropang Giga or Tropang 5G going up against the Terrafirma Dyip. It's a Saturday doubleheader. Natin namin sa inyo. Jot Sulit here together with Nadine Kinito Henson and Eileen Shi. Ball Manutbol with 18 points, 3 rebounds. On the other side, it's the locals of Terrafirma trying to keep them in the fight. Si Muba Ali also with 12. Ahanmisi with 7. Heading, looking for 4. And that's going to be a push on Ball Manutbol. Visibly frustrated right now.
I think it'll be a technical foul. I don't think you can do that. You bounce the ball hard against the floor. Referees are now conferring. It was an act of frustration on his part. Okay, they call the foul on Ball. And what about the technical? Will there be a technical?
I think yun yung kung bakit upset
Technical foul
si Ball at
on
yung TNT.
for disrespectfully addressing the official.
That's it. That's a technical foul on Ball. So he got the foul and then he got a technical foul. Of course, under PBA rules, the technical fouls do not count in the list of personal fouls of a player.
And this is the second time na magkakaroon ng technical foul ng TNT. Kanina for fielding in
6 players.
6 players. But now, Dean, nag-issue si Coach Chot Reyes ng challenge on the call. And they're gonna review this before Ahanmisi takes a technical free throw. Ang magiging interesting dito is kung maging successful ang challenge ng TNT, what happens to the technical foul? Will it stand? Will it also be revoked? I'm interested to see this.
Well, the sequence, I think, will stand. I think you can't take away the fact that he threw that ball hard against the hardwood.
Ang narinig rin natin from the Coliseum announcer is technical foul for disrespectfully addressing the referee. So I wonder if it was something that was said, if it's a matter of addressing the referee.
That was the explanation, addressing the referee.
Diba?
I thought the technical foul was because he slammed the ball hard on the floor.
Oo nga, which I would say, I would expect to be unsportsmanlike behavior, diba? Ito. Watch Umali because there might be a push before ball pushes Ali. Yun yung hinihingi ng TNT.
Mali was just playing physical. And Coach Andres is now appealing for reconsideration on the part of the officials. They're reviewing, and Ball himself is look at Ball. He's just
He's chilling.
yeah. Look at him. He's sitting by the table officials.
So now I think our officials are just about ready to make their announcement. But we have to say, ito si Umali tatawa-tawa lang because he's just doing his job. That is exactly the reason kung bakit siya pinasok ni Coach Ronald.
Here we go.
Not success tayo. After the review, manubol, push Mubashar during rebound situation. Therefore, the loose ball foul called on affirm the challenge made of TNT is not successful.
Okay, yun ang paliwanag ng ating referee that there was a loose ball foul on Ball. So, the foul will stick. The technical foul also will stick. There was no mention of revoking the technical foul. Tapos na yun eh. Nangyari na yun. The issue really was that foul that was called against Ball. Ball was not very happy. But Umali, the big boy, I mean, he's undersized. But malapad ito eh. At ginagamit niya ang kanyang heft to push out Ball. Here's Jerry Cahanisi with the technical free throw.
Yung isang mabigat doon is that's the third foul on Ball, and that's why he headed straight to the TNT bench.
That's a cause for concern. The lead is down to 6.
At bola pa ngayon din ng Terrafirma.
Ali, by the way, 8 out of his 12 points coming here in the second quarter. So, you know, we've been talking about a reawakening. Yung mga nangyayari dito for Terrafirma, looks like there's going to be a foul here called against TNT. There's going to be a holding foul. BGR called for the second foul. Coach Andres.
He's very unhappy.
Yeah. Well, that's caging. So, that's a foul.
And Coach Shot will either get warned or be slapped with a technical warning.
Yeah. For continuous complaining. Now, you can cage a player so long as you don't make any contact. But if you cage and you make contact, obviously that's a foul.
Terrafirma has completely changed the pace of this game. Bumagal eh, with all these calls, but it's how they've gotten back. At BC, bibigay kay Eriobu, pinagpag yung depensa ni Oftana. Mintes. Calvin gets a hold of it, almost lost it actually.
Here's TNT playing without Ball on the floor. There's an outside shot, Nicolazzo. And for Terrafirma, this is an opportunity for them to make hay while the sun is shining, which means get the ball in the hands of Ali. There's another foul against TNT. That'll be foul number 5. It is foul number 5 now. Nasa penalty situation na ang TNT.
Mukhang natanggalan ng contact lens ito si Henry Galinato. He's able to put it back.
Pinagpapalit-palit ni Coach Shot yung mga big men niya. No? Right now, Kelly Williams is sitting down, but he's got Henry Galinato and BGR taking care of the front line.
Dean, what for you was the most important key in the winning streak of Terrafirma to open this conference?
I thought Ali, there's an offensive foul against Galinato. And, you know, just answering your question, I thought Ali's performance in those first 3 games was exceptional. He averaged 33 points a game, and opposition really wasn't defending him that well.
Well, this is Umali with a 3-point shot brought to you by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Yun nga talaga. We showed the numbers earlier. 33 points for the first 3 wins of Terrafirma from Ali. Biglang 13 na lang, tapos 18 in the last one.
You know, and look at that pass. Hindi lang nakuha. ni Ali. That would have been a perfect pass. But I also think that teams tend to underestimate ang Terrafirma. Here's a steal. Jerica ang Luis tumatakbo. That's a 4-on-2 fast break.
Oh, Oftana lost his ankles there. Eriobu naka-recover. And look at that. It's just a 1-point game. Pagkatapos ng malaking run, 15-0 run ng TNT to close out the first quarter, Terrafirma has responded with a run of their own.
Eriobu taking that shot. The lead is down to 1. Momentum shift. Kita-kita natin dito sa ating second period.
This timeout is brought to you by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook.
Bobo's a unicorn, bro. He's a walking unicorn. He's like another Victor Wembanyama, you know? He's very skilled, long, athletic. He's one of one, bro. So, of course, I'll be excited to match up with him. Didn't get the chance to do it in high school. But, you know, now I get the chance to do it in the pros.
The respect of Muba Ali para dito kay Ball, nude ball. I think it's across the entire league naman eh. Alam naman nila yung kalibre at inaabot na ni Ball in his career. But you also hear how welcoming he is of that challenge to go head-to-head with the TNT import.
I think the same for any import. Look at that play. And yun ang punto sinasabi natin, how to play defense against Ball. He's got 20 points now. Once he posts up or he situates himself close to the basket, paano mo mapipigil yun? The guy's 7'3" with a high level of basketball skills.
At Misi, ang hirap ng tirang yun.
And by the way, in this quarter, with the lead shot down to 1 point, mas maraming turnovers ang TNT kaysa sa Terrafirma. 4 turnovers to 3. Mas maraming rebounds sa Terrafirma, 6 to 4. At mas marami silang assists, 4 to 2. So in those departments, you can see kung bakit mga dito laro ng Terrafirma.
They mounted a 10-0 run bago nga tumawag ng timeout etong TNT.
Ibira sa labas.
Ali for the lead. No, Eriobu beats Ball to the board. Ngayon naman, si Hanapi naman yung nakakuha ng rebound.
Out-positioning TNT's big guys. All about hustle.
Eriobu and Hanapi, halos tinanong si Ball, anong height mo?
Dida Hanapi at the line. The score is now tied.
Who would have thought na lalaban ng ganito itong Terrafirma? We entered this game knowing na wala si Maverick Ahanmisi, one of their veterans. Wala rin si Paulo Hernandez, a young guy who plays a big role para sa Jeep. But they found a way not only to keep in step with TNT, lamang pa sila ngayon with 4.5 to go in the second period.
Terrafirma's biggest lead was at 4.
Bugoy to Oftana.
That's inside. Will they count it?
Yon ang hinihingi ng TNT, but
referees want to make sure they will review.
We've been reviewing a lot of plays in this game. And Gio Chu, kakapasok pa lang niya rin ulit.
Will they count the basket? was a split-second difference between the time na nakamit yung foul ni Chu at saka tumira si Oftana.
So they're taking
Almost
a look at it.
simultaneously because Oftana was already in the act of shooting.
If
when
they
the foul
count,
was committed.
yeah, if they count it, it's going to be one free throw for
Yes.
BGR.
That's right, because almost simultaneous yun. So that's a three-point connection, plus they give one shot. That's it.
So they count the three para kay Oftana.
And they'll give him a bonus.
Yun ang mabigat.
Oh, actually they'll give BGR the one-point bonus.
And remember, si Gio Chu, he had to sit out the last couple of minutes of the first quarter dahil natawagan siya ng unsportsmanlike foul, the flagrant one. That was his third. Ngayon, kakabalik pa lang, natawagan ng pang-apat.
There's that free throw by BGR, completing a 4-point play for TNT, and TNT is back in the lead.
Chu very frustrated sa kanilang bench. Misi. Terrafirma swings it to the left side. Eriopo gustong lampasan si Oftana. Oh, that's a miss. Look at ball. Halos di na tumalo to get that rebound.
Kaya-kaya niya kumuha ng rebound because of his long reach. Here we go. That time he stopped his dribble.
Misi was able to collect the board. Sharing.
So,
Sakpan ni Pugoy sa likod.
What a block from behind.
That's actually the second block of Pugoy.
Na-anticipate niya kung anong gagawin ni Jeric. Watch it here. Jeric is known for that pull-up jump shot, and he was blocked from behind. Di niya nakita si R.R. Pugoy coming from behind him.
3.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Tatlo rin ang lamang ng TNT.
That's a wide open space. Wide open space here for Ball to attack. They gave him that space. A well-run play here by TNT to make a Ball go one-on-one. And before, maka-forma yung double team ng Terrafirma.
You have to give a lot of credit dito kay Sean Big Boy Umali. Din 16 points si Ball in the first quarter. Nag-adjust si Coach Ronald, nilagay niya si Umali kay Ball. And the TNT import, that's only his 7th point here in the second quarter. Or 5th point pa lang pala. So he's been limited with Umali locked in on him.
But with 3:25 to go, looks like Ball is getting a better feel of that of his shot. And from the free throw line, we did mention that he actually is a 48% shooter from the line. Not going 1 out of 2 that time. Here's Umali. Is he going to attack Ball? No. What a nice pass inside. Hindi lang umatake Ball.
Umali sa labas. Short. That's another rebound for Ball.
Malaki na nga si Ball. Swerte pa. That ball just landing straight into his hands. And then the smartness ni Jason Castro attacking the defense. At alam niya kung hindi siya makakakuha ng layup, he's gonna go to the line. Yung aggressiveness and going to the basket ng TNT, that has been a major difference in this conference.
Si Jason Castro, it's ridiculous how, like you said, he's turning 40 in a couple of months. Pero parang kasing bilis niya pa rin yung ibang mga rookie di na pumapasok dito sa PBA.
And coming off an injury.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think credit to the TNT management for giving him, a vote of confidence and keeping him in the lineup, restoring his confidence, reactivating him. Ito naman ang ginagawa ni Castro so far in this game. Tremendous performance.
There's a timeout that's brought to you by Solaire Online. Play the game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook. We'll be right back.
Ball. Who's guarding ball, Stay here. Big, whoever lang. Stay here. And the one guarding, sino yung isang big? BGR. BGR. Kung sino ang tao ni BGR, stay here. Bring down the ball, Jeric. Small. Swing. Get open. Set up, pin down. Clear? Get the ball again, Jeric. Man of ball. Back pick. Back pick. Go away. Then
the import matchup between Ball and Ali. Pareho silang nag-aambag sa mga koponan nila. But, yung respeto nga ni Ali kanina in that interview we showed you, called Ball a unicorn, and that's been on full display, Dean.
Well, for sure, anyone who goes up against Manood Ball is in for a long night, and Ali knows it. But you know, the good thing about Ali is that he accepts the challenge, and facing up against Ball is certainly a tough challenge for anyone.
21 points for Ball, 12 naman para kay Ali. Like we said, pareho naman nakakatulong sa kanilang teams, and that's why you have a close game.
And for Ball, you know, his career is only getting started. I mean, he did play 6 seasons in the NBA, but he's only 26 years old, so he's got a long way to go in his professional career, and he's learning bit by bit. Ito ang kanyang first overseas experience outside of the US.
Nice pass by Ball. And he spotted an open BGR na foul ni Zaldivar. So that means 2 more free throws para sa TNT. They've already taken 17 free throws. That's a number that we'll keep monitoring kasi nga a lot of the production of TNT comes from the free throw line with their aggressiveness. BGR comes up empty though.
Ball going over to BGR, giving him a tap on the hand. And that's a nice gesture of teammanship. That's 1 out of 2 para kay BGR.
Hanisi is now given a new role dito sa Terrafirma with this unit. Siya na yung primary ball handler. And of course, siya pa rin yung scorer. Along with their import Ali. In previous teams kasi ni Jeric, pwede siya maging scorer pero hindi primary ball handler, not necessarily.
So many roles being given for Jeric and Misi.
Pogoy for 3. No good.
Dodging a bullet that time, but here's Terrafirma once more. On Misi, getting the pick. And then a pass back. Hindi pumapasok yung natira ni Ali galing sa labas.
Yung mga smaller guards ng Terrafirma, ang sisipag sa ilalim. Zaldivar could not score against Ball. And that will stay with Terrafirma.
Kumakagat dun si Ball when he goes outside for a closeout against the big who shoots from the outside. That leaves the door open for Ali to get the offensive rebound when they miss.
And Misi, labas kay Garcia. Paul G. Nowhere to go. Had to give it to Zaldivar. Only 2 to shoot. Oh, a bailout foul.
And that's a penalty na on TNT. So Garcia's gonna go to the line. Papustang oras sa shot clock.
2 seconds left.
Oh.
And Garcia wasn't exactly in the act of shooting it, diba? But Oftana, attempt reached in. Now he sends Paul Garcia to the free throw line.
Oh, but he misses his first free throw. Garcia, this is his 3rd game in the conference.
Previously played for Barangay Ginebra. Oh, Garcia comes up empty. Ahanmisi. Napalakas yung tira niya sa labas. Ball kumuha ng rebound. Now it's with Castro. Pogoy, hinahanap si BGR. Now they want to feed Ball inside. Mahirap na tira para kay RR. Hindi pumasok. Ito na naman ang Terrafirma.
Terrafirma getting consecutive stops, but they're not making their shots. Oh, a poor pass. And it's going to be an easy 2 points in transition. Oh, hindi pumasok. Oh, but
it's going to be a goaltending violation on Garcia.
score the basket there for Pogoy.
So balik na naman, yun naman ng TNT to 9 points as Terrafirma calls a 30-second timeout with 48.2 seconds remaining. This first half din has been a battle of runs. Yung 15-0 run ng TNT to close the first, and then kumontra ang Terrafirma. Now it's TNT on the move again. Look at this, Dean. The extension of ball, manute ball. 7-3 na siya. May standing reach of almost 10 feet and wingspan of 7'7". All of those coming into play.
Oh, those are unbelievable physical statistics of BNB. Ball, manute ball. And he's showing what he can do in terms of grabbing the rebounds, dominating the boards. And dito sa atin second quarter, he hasn't been too active offensively. Only 5 out of his 21 points coming here in the second quarter. But he's been able to limit Ali to only 8 points here in this quarter.
Largely both teams not exactly scoring high in the second period. Yung TNT after 33 first quarter points, 20 lang so far in the second. And Misi. Now it's with Zaldivar. Pumasok na si Nieto in the game. Paraiso. Labas kay Bravo. Ahan Misi looking for 4. That's off. Oh! Ball with the block on Ali!
What timing by Ball. Hinintay niya umangat si Ali before he went out for the block. And that was a perfect swipe from TNT. Who's gonna wait for the last shot.
Both teams in penalty. Pogoy, sinusukat yung depensa ni Paraiso.
There's the shot. Hindi pumasok.
And
actually, in
TNT,
that quarter, Terrafirma outscoring TNT by 2. The lead still 9 points at the end of the half.
dahil nakapagpundar ng maaga itong Tropang 5G, they lead by 9. And when we come back, the Dean will talk us through some of the numbers and storylines from the first half. We'll be back after this break.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang na.
Watch your favorite volleyball league such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP, all in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Filipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays, talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Filipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Filipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Filipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays, talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Filipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Filipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Filipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
The season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays, talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Filipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Filipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Filipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Filipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
Filipinas Live is the home of Philippine volleyball. Watch your favorite volleyball leagues such as Spikers Turf, Premier Volleyball League, and the UAAP. All in one app. You can watch all these games and more live and on your preferred device. Download Filipinas Live today from the App Store or Google Play Store and register for free.
How much do we love Pinoy sports? As a fan, we don't just watch the games.
This season for me, and I just owe it all to the work I put in.
We watch every part, every angle, every name. We talk about the plays. Talk about it for days. We witness the big events, the thrilling moments, and relive the best seconds. We cherish the fears, the tears, at syempre, the cheers. How much do we love Pinoy sports? With all our heart, all-out passion. All the time. All with Filipinas Live. Ang app natin para sa sports natin.
gumaling. Gumaling siya.
It's halftime inside the Ninoy Aquino Stadium where the TNT Tropang 5G are ahead by 9 points over the Terrafirma Dyip. Muli po, we welcome you back to this coverage and we thank you for tuning in to RPTV para sa PBA Season 50 Commissioner's Cup Shot Sulit with the Dean Quinito Henson here and TNT. Well, they led early pero nawala rin yung lamang nila Dean only to re-establish it late in that second quarter.
Well, they had that 15-0 run towards the end of the first quarter pero nakabalik din ang Terrafirma. In fact, they led in the second quarter. But you know, it's always a treat to watch someone like Paul play the game. And it's such an entertaining player. At makikita ngayon natin some of our numbers, some field goals, ang baba ng field goal percentage ng Terrafirma. I've always thought that TNT has to re-establish its defensive game. And it's showing in the way Terrafirma has been shooting the ball. Turnovers and points of turnovers, ang angat ang TNT with 14-6 in turnover points advantage. Rebounding and points in the paint. Yung rebounding is a big plus here for Terrafirma, but in points in the paint, TNT with the edge.
Absolutely, and that's why in TNT, ang lamang, but not by a big margin kasi nga Terrafirma has also showed splashes of brilliance here. Ball leading all scorers with 21 is counterpart Ali with 12. And as we kick off our third quarter, puntahan na agad natin din ang ating updated Dean's List.
Well, for TNT, as you see, a steal here while TNT, they're running the break. Ito na, easy 2 points here in transition. Tumatakbo ang TNT, and they're not relying solely now on Manu Ball. They're going to other players, especially when they're running the break. There's going to be a foul there. But just going back to our Dean's List for TNT, sabi natin, attack the interior, that's a check mark. Ganda na pinapakita nila there. 26 and 20 advantage in points in the paint. They've been able to bring back that teamwork. 13 assists for TNT in the first half. And they didn't let Ali go loose. Held Ali to just 12 points at the half. For Terrafirma naman, while TNT had 3 check marks, Terrafirma 2 X marks. Yung restricting Ball's space, that hasn't happened. Ball is 7 out of 11 from the floor. They have not been able to step on the gas. That's also an X mark. They need to be able to play much better, much smoother transition. But their check mark is they have not been able, or they were able to restrict or refuse TNT to get those second chance points. And only 3 second chance points for TNT in the first half.
Ayan ang TNT natin. Well, Ball trying to do more damage for them.
That's a foul.
That's something that happens all the time. Dahil dun sa length at height ni Ball, ang taas ng tira niya. When you're trying to reach it, hindi ka aabot sa bola, maglalanding ka dun sa katawan niya. That's why he gets fouled, taking jumpers.
Also, you need to play smarter defense against Ball. You look for his weaknesses. You don't want to give him his strength. You don't want to give him his sweet spot. And that's a foul on Ali. That's 3 personal fouls on Ali now. Si Ball make 2 personal fouls plus 1 technical, but yung yung chink in his armor, yung free throw shooting niya
continues to haunt them.
You know, we did say at the top of our coverage that TNT, while it's number 1 in terms of field goal, or rather free throw attempts, they need to improve their free throw shooting, which is only 68.5%.
Oh, look at the help from Oftana. Hindi siya nakita ni Ali, and no one also telling Ali na merong gustong sumundot sa likod niya.
And that's something that the imports must learn as they play dito sa PBA. They can't just back down your opponent and take your time because someone's bound to swipe the ball.
Hindi madali yung ginawa ni Kim. You sit out the entire first half and your first shot in the third quarter nung pinasok ka na, Pasok agad yung tres.
This guy's always ready. You know, ever since he made his mark playing on that PBA on tour series, Kimarin has certainly earned his spot here with TNT. Give him an opportunity to play. No matter how many minutes he gets, he'll be able to produce some kind of impact.
And that's why he has stayed on the roster of TNT.
Unti-unti umangat na ang kalamangan ng TNT, and here's where Terrafirma is missing the services of Nav Anisi, who is their stabilizer. Also missing the services of their #1 slasher, also a good three-point shooter in Paulo Hernandez.
And si Nambata.
Ball providing the pick here for Nambata. And that's a quick ball. So you can see that he's settling down in the kind of place Coach Chotres is calling. He sets the pick, and then that's a high pick, and then he seals his man trying to get the ball back. Here he
Speaking
is,
of
taking
ball,
outside.
That doesn't go. If you're Terrafirma, anong klaseng pace yung gusto mo laruin against TNT?
I really think you should play a fast pace and leave ball behind. Oh, what about that block? Trying to get ball. The long arms, that wingspan.
Hanapi had to take that as quick as he could. And he knocked it down. Sampu na naman ang lamang ng TNT as Hanapi bridges that gap a little bit. Ball, oh look at that step!
Yan yung ball handling skills ni Ball when he puts the ball on the floor, and that's the reason kung sinasabi natin, once he does that, there's got to be a small man to provide the double team. Ito na naman si Ball. Look at that side step. Oh! Count the basket!
How do you stop that man? A 7'3" unicorn. He'll hit you with that Euro.
Putting on the show.
And he'll slam it home like that.
Woo! One-handed slam dunk. Galing kay Ball. Off the dribble. Nobody there to stop him. Who's going to stop him? A guy's unstoppable.
And that forces Terrafirma to a timeout brought to you by Solaire Online. Play your game your way on Solaire Online Sportsbook.
Nagbintis na nga kayo dyan. Ba't tayo na mabubukasan na depensa dyan? Pais naman kayo dyan. Wala makakatulong sa atin dyan.
We are back and you're still watching the PBA. Nangunguna pa rin ang TNT 63-49. Kaya naman para mas mapalapit ang pagitan sa puntos ng Terrafirma, Coach Jeff Napa pointed out two crucial things that he would like to address during halftime. Unang-una, si Bull is already with 21 points at the end of the first half. Kaya ika nga ni Coach Jeff, kailangan nilang mas higpitan ng depensa. Echoing also the orders at the start of the game, they were reminded to take advantage of the bigs not getting back on defense. Pangalawa is being able to limit their turnovers because doon nakakakuha ng momentum ang TNT with 14 turnover points or points from turnover versus their 6 at the end of the first half. So let's see if they'll be able to adjust. Back to you.
Thank you, Eileen. Well, as we see that, empty possession na naman para sa Terrafirma. And Ali looks like he's a bit shaken up. Umiika-ika siya after that. But that was a great pass to Chu. Ang ganda ng pagkakalagay doon ni Muba Ali.
And nice move by Chu, evading the defender. Ali might have hurt himself when he missed that layup in the previous play.
Pareho sila ni BGR, nasaktan eh. But they're still on the floor. Nice play for TNT.
That's an easy layup. You notice that si Ali, who's saddled with 4 personal fouls, is no longer defending ball. It's Chu. They don't want Ali picking up his 5th personal foul, but he needs to be aggressive.
Ali, natrasan si Rosser. Sapal na naman kay Ball. Oftana leading the break. Sabi niya, preno muna, maghihintay ng kakampi. It's Stingray getting that basketball. Will work this two-man game with Ball. Hanapi ang humahabol. Ng bata, nowhere to go. And it's Ball versus the #1 overall pick. Look at PGR hustle for that board.
The crowd reacting every time Ball touches the ball.
Here's Oftana. Calvin, half spin, no good.
15-point lead here. Itong hinahabol ng Terrafirma. That's a pounding defense by Auring.
Hanapi, balik kay
That's a
Ahanbisi.
4.
He tried to bring momentum back to the Jeep with a 4-pointer.
Here comes Ball once more.
You know, etong si Ball din, once he gets to the paint, ang hirap na eh. He can rise above you.
Yep, yun ang sinasabi natin kanina, that they need to restrict his space. You also notice that Ball hardly posts up. He attacks from the outside. He's very confident sa kanyang dribbling skills. And he moves around his defender. He can cross over. Ang dahil niya ginagawa eh. At ang dahil niya kayang gawin.
Absolutely. And
second-round draft pick of the Miami Heat at the time when he applied for the NBA draft. And you know, he only played 1 year of college at the University of Oregon. And he misses his free throws.
Yun lang talaga. And that's all you're gonna ask for. A little higher percentage from the line. Kita mo kahit nga hindi siya yung sumusubok-sumupal. Just the fact na alam ng mga players ng kalaban na ball is on the floor, nag-iiba na yung tire. Oftana will fire away from deep. That goes in.
What patience. At nakita natin yung methodical play ng TNT. Pumasa si Kelly Williams. That's another assist for TNT. So we were saying, for a team that ranked second to the last place in terms of average assists, ang dami na nilang feeds dito sa game.
And TNT is starting to really pull away. 19 na. Ang lamang ng tropa. A new biggest lead.
And also, hindi na makakuha ng rebound ang Terrafirma. And that's going to be a foul. That'll be in the act of shooting. We'll go back to the line.
Everything going the way of the TNT Tropang 5G, including their shots from deep. Ito, 3-pointer na hatid sa atin ng Arena Plus Sportsbook. Calvin Oftana, nakakatulong na, pumapasok na rin ng, he's hit a couple of 3-pointers in this game. But you kind of feel na hindi pa nga ito yung full effect of a Calvin Oftana for the Tropang 5G.
It's a matter of getting used to playing with someone like a Manute Ball. You know, that ball isn't moving around as often as TNT used to do. Kasi nandiyan nga si Ball. But you know, you're gonna live with a player like Ball because he's such an impactful player. You try to adjust your game to suit his strengths. But at the same time, huwag mo kalimutan that you need to share that ball and get all 5 players involved.
Benten naman ng TNT. Easy will change that with a 3-pointer. Something Terrafirma badly needed. 10 puntos pa naman sa score ng Terrafirma dito sa third quarter.
Now in the game. Now playing point guard. Here's Ball going 1-on-1 against Ali. There's going to be a foul. And they will look at the replay machine for a review of what happened.
Nagawang kasi siya.
Yeah.
And then,
Could that be a transition take? So let's see what the call is going to be.
they're
Loose
clarifying
ball
it.
foul on number 1 ball, minute ball is
I
third
thought that was a
personal,
great
second
call.
team
Yeah.
foul for
Hindi pa kasi
TNT.
nakakakuha ng
Tama.
possession talaga yung Terrafirma.
But they wanted to make sure. So they reviewed the replay. And then they saw that it was not justified to call it transition take. But a foul against Bol. Misi being given the picks here. And then a nice pass, pocket pass. And
Wala
another
talaga.
block shot.
Wala talagang
What can
malusutan
you do?
dito si Ali.
What can you do against a guy like Manute or
Natatawa-tawa.
Manute Bol?
Natatawa-tawa na rin lang din si Muba Ali because he strikes so many times in so many different things. Walang nakakalampas sa depensa ni Bol.
Ayan, pumapasok pa yung mga tira. Coming from outside, that's Kevin Ferrer getting the basket. Deep Saldivar against Bol.
Ball already with 4 blocks. Hanapi stepping on the sideline. Yan ang
That's a
tawag.
turnover. Hindi naman pumasok yung tira ni Hanapi. Take a look at this play once more. You have to find an angle to shoot against Bol. If you just try that hook shot straight up, you're gonna get swatted. Ang haba eh.
So it's again a 20-point lead para sa TNT. They've scored 21 points in this quarter compared to just 10 para sa Jeep.
And no option for Terrafirma but to put Ali against Bol once more, even if Ali has 4 personal fouls. Ito, tuloy-tuloy. RR Pagoy. Easy layup. Uncontested, unmolested.
4 minutes left in the third.
Dito natin nakikita yung depth ng TNT because Bol doesn't have to defend against Ali. They've got Kelly Williams who can do that.
And Ferrer gets the steal. Ito yung maganda sa nilalaro ng TNT. They're not just doing it on the offensive end. Pati sa depensa, kitang-kita yung effort.
You know, I've always felt that TNT is a much better defensive team than what the stats show. There's an outside shot that missed. You know, TNT is actually only number 7 in terms of points allowed. As hindi pa pumapasok yung tira ni Ali, he's so distracted by the presence ni Bol. What about that pass? Assist? Hindi pumasok yung tira.
Ball really wanted that ball.
And he's enjoying himself. And that's a nice thing to see. And there's that time that's going to be an easy 2 points for Ali. Nakausap ko nga si assistant coach at TNT, Josh Reyes. And they want Bol to enjoy himself in the Philippines. Enjoy the game, enjoy the PBA. And not to be affected by a lot of the fake news and all the irreverence of social media. I think that's one reason for bakit he didn't want to talk to media at the beginning because he was seeing his face on social media with quotes na hindi naman nanggaling sa kanya. So, but you know, I think he's learned that you have to be mature to to roll with the punches. And just talking about yung punto natin, Jar, about the defense of TNT. Breaking down the stats, in the 2 wins of TNT, they held their opponents to an average of 94.5. But in their 2 losses, their opponents averaged 111 points.
Wow.
That's a difference of 16.5 when they're not playing good defense.
Pugoy, one of the best back-to-the-basket guards in the league. Hindi nga na siya makakascore against Paraiso. Ahanmisi did not have the best stats there para dun sa tirang yun. Williams kontra kay Ali. Gives it up to Pugoy. 2-man game. Ball now sitting. Ooh, they wanted to go for a lob for Kelly. Garcia, nagtitinikling dun sa depensa ng TNT.
Now Terrafirma has to settle to play a half-court game. Nice twirl move.
Oh, what a spin! And a finish for Brett Paraiso.
Okay, so that's 4 points para sa kanya. That time he broke down the defense. Watch it here. He went up against PGR, and then the spin move.
Ganda nung galaw na yun, Dean.
There's Paraiso scoring the layup and then making a 3-point play completion.
Under 2 minutes to play in the third. Nava. Little hesitation. Nahuli yung tira niya.
Trying to spark a
again.
run. He'll go back to the line. Hindi lang pumasok yung tira niya. The lead is down to 17. Paraiso trying to spark an uprising here for Terrafirma.
Minsan na lang makakita ng space sa ilalim itong Terrafirma, and Paraiso making the most of it. The reason for that is that ball is sitting on the TNT bench.
And that's a big difference. And one thing we've noticed, not only in the PBA but in leagues all over the world, if you're down by about 20 points, you try to get as many points as quickly as you can. And when that happens, you tend to go one-on-one. Nakakalimutan mo na yung team play, nakakalimutan mo na yung assists. And as a result, you bury yourself even deeper in the grave.
Here's TNT mounting their attack. BGR. Nakuha ni Ferrer. Extra passes. Napa for 3.
Oh, yes.
The net.
Nava getting the shot to fall inside. The lead is back to 20. Ali will try his hand at a 4. That's a 4. That's a 4-point shot.
Finally finding a conversion. Etong TNT medyo pinapagana naman na yung laro. Nava looking to answer back. Nava!
Got it again.
Oh, that's a 3. Pero back-to-back threes yun para kay Eva Nava.
There's a reason kung bakit kinuha ni Coach Chotrea si Nava, bringing him in when Simon and Ciso got injured. There is a basket, and they count.
Now that the ball is sitting on the TNT bench, alam ni Ali na siya na ang kailangan gumawa para sa Terrafirma. He hit a 4 and now will be looking to complete a 3-point play.
And he's exhausted. Nakita natin in just a few seconds ago, he was bent down, gasping for air. He'll be at the line to try to cut this lead to 16. 23.5 seconds to go.
Alam din natin na mainit yung panahon dito ngayon, di ba? And kahit we're playing in air-conditioned gyms, I know it must affect these players too.
Especially those coming from overseas.
Exactly, di ba? Hindi sanay sa init ng Pilipinas. Ugoy, trying to waste away time before they take the last shot of the third quarter. It's Williams for 3. Kelly, no good. Ahanisi will not hit that, and TNT lumayo ng tuluyan dito sa third quarter. They will take a 16-point lead into the fourth quarter. Ball leading the way with 29 points. Can they hang on? They come back to Terrafirma? We'll find out in the fourth.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Aquino Stadium. Balikan natin kung ano nga ba ang kwento in the first 3 quarters. It was the inside scoring of the TNT Tropang 5G. Of course, they have a 7'3" unicorn behemoth in Manute Ball. But it's also been the locals. Para naman dito sa Terrafirma, Bashar Ali, who holds the conference record across the entire league na nakapag 50 points dito sa Commissioner's Cup. He hasn't hit a 3-pointer, a single one. Meron siyang 1 4-pointer though. At pagdating naman sa points off turnovers, we've been saying it, Dean, na yung opensa ng TNT, it's been coming from their effort on the defensive end.
21-9 ang advantage ng TNT in turnover points. And yes, it's been the defense, but it's also been this guy. BMB, Ball Manute Ball, with 29 points so far. He has been incredible, almost unstoppable in offense. But what about his defense and the way he has frustrated si Ali with continuous blocks, the way he is able to protect the rim is just incredible.
Heading. Training BGR underneath. Nagawan pa ng paraan.
Remember, 4 personal fouls na si Ali.
And they're gonna review a possible goaltending, but for now, let's send it over to Eileen.
Jonathan Dean nag-set na ng goal si Coach Jeff Napa in the latest huddle as he said, keep playing, let's put down the score. Pag 7 minutes left na lang, dapat 10 points na lang ang ating abante. And in order to do that, the ask is to explore different ways to penetrate the basket dahil doon daw sila efficient. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you, Eileen. Well,
looks like the basket will count. On no goaltending.
No goaltending. And I honestly thought there was it wasn't even close, that there was no reason for review. But again, referees wanting to make sure.
Hindi pumasok yung natira ni Garcia. Watch it again. Let's see.
Yeah, that was clearly still on its way up.
That length of ball is just amazing.
Gets ko rin naman yung mga referees kasi hindi tayo sanay din pa eh. Diba? Ngayon lang tayo nag-welcome ng mga 7-footers. All the more a 7'3" import na kayang-kaya umabot ng mga ganyang tira.
But you have to be impressed with the demeanor of Ball. You know, he complains, he does overly complain, pero you can see that he's very enthusiastic in trying to win the game and doing what he can to the best of his ability. Kasi if you weren't intense about the game, if you weren't enthusiastic, you wouldn't even complain.
That is true.
Kaya maganda yung attitude ng Bata. And Bata, I'd say, because he's only 26 years old.
Sa tagal na natin siya napapanood sa NBA, akala natin may edad na rin to si Ball. But haba pa ang karera nito.
By the way, the average age of TNT is 31.5 years. So he's way below that average.
And that average, sorry to say, is pulled up by Kenny Williams and Jason Castro. But then, hindi yan basta-basta papakawalan ng TNT because,
hindi naman.
I mean, they won championships just last season, di ba? Nanalo sila ng championships with those two in the mix.
Kelly Williams is the league's oldest player now at 44.
That ball slipped right through the hands of BGR.
Ang 2 players na inaasahan dito ng Terrafirma, Ali and Jerick Anlisi, they've got to be able to explode dito sa 4th period. They're the guys who average at least 40 minutes a game para sa Terrafirma.
Paraiso was the guy who sparked a mini run para sa Terrafirma late in that 3rd quarter.
Again, ito yung sinasabi natin. Look at the way TNT defending Ali. And Ball was not even involved in that play. Kanina it was Kelly Williams defending Ali. Now it's BGR. So different locals are defending Ali, while on the other end of the floor, Ali has to be the only option to defend Ball.
Parang,
Yeah.
parang ginagamit nila din si Ball as a help side defender.
Yes.
Pahirapan niyo yung tira and then Ball will swat it away.
Yung sinasabi natin na protector of the rim.
Yeah.
That's exactly his role. And he's situating, well, sometimes he closes out too, as he did that time. You've got a guy with that wingspan coming towards you for a closeout, you will be distracted. Titira na tres.
He has that, but it hasn't exactly fallen yet.
Here's Aldivar. Touchdown.
And Terrafirma is now within 13. Kaya tatawag din ng timeout si Coach Chot Reyes. He doesn't want this to get any closer. TNT will call for time. We'll be right back.
Ikaw ba, alam mo ang tap-tap send at gumagamit ka ba ng tap-tap send?
Yes, tap-tap send ang ginagamit ko kapag nagpapadala ka sa Pilipinas. Kakapadala ko lang last.
Ball Manood Ball. Tulad na nabanggit natin kanina, one of the most anticipated players, imports dito sa ating Commissioner's Cup, and he has dominated in this game. 29 points, 10 rebounds, 4 na sapal.
Well, he's certainly a crowd favorite. A big reason kung bakit dami ng mga fans nanonood kung na naglalaro at TNT is because of this guy. They want to see what Ball Manood Ball can do, and he's showcasing his wares.
Parang ang hindi pa talaga tumidiin ng todo-todo to eh, no?
Oo.
I want to see him in the playoffs, in the finals, yung when the season or the conference is on the line for TNT. I feel like he has that next level he can go to.
And I'm interested to find out how Coach Chot will locate him, on the offense, not just playing from the outside but also inside. Ito na! Oh my gosh!
I mean, he just towers over everyone, slamming that one home. Parang ang effortless dumakdak para kay Ball.
And again, ang atake niya galing sa labas, and his teammates are looking for him to slam that ball. Ito, ulit natin. Ito yung pasa, napakaganda. Galing sa labas. One-handed slam dunk. Emphatic, ha? Yun!
You see, wala nang nagbalak pang sumabay at sumama dun sa poster ni Ball.
Naawa ko dito kay Ali. Siya nga bumapatay kay Ball. While on the other end, Ball doesn't even have to defend him.
Yeah. Si Ali, maganda rin naman numero. 21 points and 14 rebounds. But just pales in comparison to what Ball has been able to produce. Chiu-Chu!
But that's a nice move. Using his quickness to get past the defense and lay it up. At a 13-point lead by TNT. Again, it's Ali against Ball.
Ball asking for it again. Ang ganda ng skip pass ni Castro Pugoy.
Hindi na pumasok.
Now it's Terrafirma's turn to attack. Chu looking for Ahanisi. Si Ferrer ang humahabol kay Jeric.
That's a 3. Lead is down to 10.
And Jeric Ahanisi has that ability to just completely explode.
Tsaka ang linis ng tira.
Castro disrupted. Look at this. He just stops, pulls up. Tama ka dito. Ang ganda ng bitaw.
Suabe.
TNT goes back to Ball. Far away from comfort zone.
That time a double team by a big guy. Oh, hindi pumasok yung tira. Pagoy missing that layup. Terrafirma saving the ball.
Bihirang-bihira.
Oo, bihirang-bihira yun.
And Misi back to Ali. A smaller Pugoy on him. Muba. Out to Jeric. 5 to shoot. That's a 4. Doesn't get it. And Castro kuha ng rebound. Tumatakbo ang TNT. They go to Oftana na wala yung bola. Terrafirma on the counter-attack.
There's going to be a foul on Castro. It looks like Ali is hurt. He's holding on to his thigh. Maybe a hamstring problem.
We saw him go down earlier. At parang nasaktan na siya doon. Kept playing. Was able to produce. But his health now in question in this game, Dean.
With 7:41 to go and the lead trimmed down to 10. May pag-aasa pa dito ang Terrafirma, but they need a healthy. They need 100% Ali.
Timeout TNT. 10 ang lamang nila. Babalik mo kami. Dean, let's talk about Jeric Ahanmisi and his resurgence. Paglipat niya dito sa Terrafirma.
I think his confidence got a major boost. Not only because he's been given more minutes by the coaching staff, Coach Ron and Tubin at saka si assistant coach Jeff Capa, but also because ang kanyang kapatid nasa team na din. Yung mga kampi niya na si Maverick has been able to get his confidence going, getting the ball. You know, Maverick is a stabilizer, but Jeric Ahanmisi showing in this game that in spite of the absence of his brother Maverick, he's still able to somehow hold the fort here for Terrafirma. He's been able to hit some big shots. Ahanmisi right now with a total of 18 points.
Ito, magandang kwento ni Jeric, pero tapos may idadagdag pa sa kwentong yan si Eileen.
Tama yan, Jot and Dean, dahil 1 a.m. na ng madaling araw. On the day of their last game, nakauwi si Jeric Ahanmisi mula sa Singapore after representing Gilas in the FIBA 3x3. And while his journey was cut short in the quarterfinals, marami siyang aral na baon pa uwi. Ika nga ni Jeric, this is my first time playing for Gilas, playing internationally and playing in the 3x3. I learned that we should move on to the next player right away when things don't go our way, which is exactly what he plans to do today. As he says, he struggled the last game being limited to just 35% from the field as he was mostly rushing his shots. Sanayan lang naman daw yan, and now that he's had his full rest, mas mamamaximize na daw ang kanyang game. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you, Eileen. And honestly, Dean, Ahanmisi has always been a very talented player. Pero siguro kung hindi niya nakuha yung pagkakataong mailabas yun dito sa Terrafirma, baka hindi siya nakasama doon sa 3x3 team. So,
it's a blessing that he's here playing for Terrafirma. And just talking about that 3x3 experience, kausap ko ang kanilang coach, si Kurt Collier, at sabi niya, what a blessing also that in the 3 wins of the Philippines in that competition, they had a different leading scorer.
Ali finally drilling a 3-pointer. Kanina niya pa hinahanap yan. He was 0 for 7 before he got that to fall down. At pito na lang ang hinahabol ng Terrafirma.
Here's Bo. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna attack? Take the shot from the outside? Ito, he will attack.
And Bo, unstoppable! 33 points para sa higante ng TNT.
And he didn't even need to post up. There's Brent Paraiso.
Paraiso!
He's been a spark for Terrafirma. The lead is down to 7. It could go down to 6. Kung may pasok ni Paraiso itong free throw.
Biglang naging exciting tong laro natin in the 4th quarter.
What about that crossover? Galing kay Ball. And then, that defiant move dito ni Brent Paraiso. Dalawa yung dumepensa sa kanya, including Ball. But nahanapan niya ng paraan with that angle.
And if you
Yung
guys...
punto sinabi natin kanina, with Ali going up with those jump hooks in the face of Ball, he takes the shot straight up, he's gonna get blocked. But if you find the angle to get a layup, you'll be able to score.
Etong Terrafirma, they have found ways to score here in the fourth. They currently lead the quarter 15-6. Ang hinihingi ng TNT coaching staff is silipin daw na may sigong pagkatapos ng pito.
Lead is 6.
This is the closest that Terrafirma has gotten. Mula nung lumaki ang lamang ng TNT, Hanapi called for the foul.
At pinapressure nila si Jason Castro, touches the second team foul for Terrafirma. Coaching staff saying you need to apply the pressure on the ball carriers bago pumunta yung bola kay Paul.
Interestingly, dun sa pressure na yan ng Terrafirma, dalawa pa lang ang team fouls nila. At
Oo nga.
TNT, sila pa yung nasa penalty na din. Castro going to Kelly. Ilang beses na yan, hindi kumukonekta yung mga pasa ng TNT.
Only 4.4 seconds. Humihigpit ngayon ang depensa ng Terrafirma. Wait a minute, are they calling for a challenge?
No, I think it's their defensive scheme.
Okay.
Castro going to Oftana. Calvin for three. Oh, that's a big
shot.
one.
What a shot.
Let me correct myself. It's a long two. He had his foot on the line. At matatawagan ng foul si Ball
on Gio Chu, but the presence of mind of the rookie, he faked bago siya umangat. And kumagat naman si Ball. Watch it here. This is a long two scored by Calvin Oftana. That was with 4.4 seconds to go in the shot clock of TNT. At ito naman ang ginawa ni Chu, presence of mind to ball fake, and then he went up for the shot. He will go to the line for free throws.
Sinasabi ni Ball, there shouldn't have been a foul. And the foul actually came from the trail referee at hindi dun sa baseline referee.
That's 4 personal fouls now on Ball. Gio Chu, very quiet offensively, only with 4 points.
Free throw goes in para sa #1 overall pick na hinintay pa ng Terrafirma because he had commitments to his previous team in a different league. Now, finally getting to suit up.
And he's had a lot of international experience with Gilas as well as in Japan. And ball will not fall. Second free throw, Ball is saying that he was fouled. 7 points ang lamang ng TNT.
More than enough time para makahabol ang Terrafirma, but they need to get stops. TNT on the attack now.
And you notice Ball, nakakuha siya ng bola all the way in the long court, and he will not score. But he was fouled.
That's the 5th on Ali.
And you notice si Ball, pagkuha niya ng bola, he's going farther and farther from the basket para makakuha siya ng clean receipt of the ball kasi nape-pressure yung ball handler at ball carrier ng TNT.
It looks like on Terrafirma din, they will opt to risk it all and leave Ali on the floor for the
With
rest of the...
5:24 to go, yeah, that's what they're gonna do.
Pero may timeout muna tayo. So it's an 8-point lead para sa TNT. Still a lot of basketball to be played here inside the Ninoy Aquino Stadium. Let's take a look at Terrafirma in wins and in their losses. Parang magkabaliktad yung mga numero dun eh. What they scored in their wins, yun yung give up nila in their losses.
Exactly. Take a look at points that they scored, points allowed, yung rebound nila, tapos yung block shots, and it goes to show, if they win big because they're able to score over 100 points a game. But in their losses, they're not even averaging 90 or more. It's only 87.5. So very clearly, TNT had that in mind kung kaya't napakaganda ng depensa nila against Terrafirma, holding them down to just 83 at this point.
Oh, the free throw goes in.
Both free throws for Bowl.
35 na yan. Messi. Gustong iwanan yung depensa ni Pugoy. Shoots over it. It's nothing but air.
He needs to pass the ball when that defense is clamped down on him. Kita naman natin ng TNT, nakatutok yung depensa kay Jerica Messi. Either that or his teammates have to provide him the picks to be able to get free.
Castro, natapikan ni Hanapi, pero last touch ng Terrafirma, TNT pa rin.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Remember, TNT scored with 4.4 seconds to go. It's going to be challenged.
So, our officials are going to take a look at that.
As you see, the head coach, si Ronald Tubid, ang kanyang assistant coach, na si Jeff Napa, very active in
after the
calling
review.
The shots.
Last touch po si Dylan Hanapi. The challenge of Terrafirma is not successful.
Okay, si Hanapi, ang last touch. Ito, tignan natin, that ball off the hands of Hanapi.
Oh, that looked like it might have gone and was off of the hands of Castro.
But from a different angle, they must have looked at it.
That's true. I would love to see a clearer angle.
Oftana's going to take the shot. Keeping it alive was Kelly Williams. Oh, look at this. And it's going to be
It's the effort.
No field goal. Yeah.
Effort of TNT.
Gio Chu, matatawagan ng foul. That's a 6th foul with the big guy. 4:33 to go.
And sinasabi ni Gio, he only had his hands up.
Wala nang challenge ang Terrafirma.
So babalik ngayon si Umali.
Who did a relatively good job on ball in the second quarter of this game. Here's Oftana.
Din si Coach Chot, ang daming mga ginamit na manlalaro, daming sinubukang mga kombinasyon, pero netong winning time na, bumalik pa rin siya dun sa mga subok na.
Yung mga veterano niya, got Pagoy, Castro, and Kelly Williams. And then you've got Oftana. And that's a formidable 5 on the floor. And of course you've got Bull.
Paraiso gagamit ng screen ni Umali. That's gonna be a foul on Oftana, and that will be 2 free throws.
They've been in the penalty situation a while. Kanya atake ng atake si Brent Paraiso.
Paraiso is 4 of 6 from the line. But if not, I'm not mistaken, yung dalawang mintis niya, they were from the same trip. He had an empty trip there. Hindi nga pa lumabas.
Lead is 10. Jordan Heading checking in for Jason Castro.
Terrafirma has always been looking for that third scorer behind Ali, behind Jeric Ahanmisi. Kadalasan si Hernandez, pero wala. Not playing in this game. Paraiso has stepped into that role. He has 11 points.
Without Hernandez at wala si Jeric Ahanmisi, they're missing 20 points and 10 assists coming from those two players.
Heading. Rises over the defense, no good.
Terrafirma needs to step it up. Here's a three-pointer coming from Ali. Easy rebound para kay Kelly Williams.
Si Kelly gusto niya yan. Kung sa labas titira si Ali, ibig sabihin nasa labas din si Ball. Kanya yung rebound sa ilalim.
And talking about Kelly Williams, ang daming local import stoppers ng TNT. And that gives Coach Chotres a lot of luxury. There's a double team against Ball. Ball doesn't really have to defend the import kasi ang dami nilang local import stoppers. So it allows Ball the luxury of being comfortable playing defense, protecting the rim, without having to go head-to-head against the opposing import.
And 5 fouls sa si Umali, 5 fouls na rin si Ali. Heading, nawala ng balanse doon.
Off to the races, ito na yung tira. And he will score. Paraiso scoring again.
Maganda yung pagkakaiwas ni Brent. It's just an 8-point game. Only a 2-possession advantage para sa TNT.
Now they have to play stellar defense to get the stop on TNT. Oh boy, a very good post-up scorer. And it will be an offensive foul on RR Pagoy. Trying to create separation against Agnes. Ito, panoorin natin kung ano nangyari. He will... That's a very close call. Very close call.
Pagoy and the whole TNT squad, pati yung mga fans nila, still feeling that it shouldn't have been an offensive foul. Pero on the other side, miscore na agad ng Terrafirma. Muntikang pa makakagaw si Hanapi.
Ball trying to cross over, going up against Somali. Is he going to pass the ball? Is he going to try to score? He will pass the ball. There is the shot.
The corner, money on the three.
And Ball really liking that play because nanggaling sa kanya yung pasa. But all those people are saying this guy can't pass. Well, he proved them wrong.
Ito yung sinasabi mo, Kelly Williams as an import stopper. Ali forced to pass that out and Ball lengthy enough para tapikin yung cross-court pass to Umali.
Ito makita natin ang ginawa ni Ball. Hinahanap niya kung sino open. Nakahanap niya si Oftana. And the connection from 3-point distance.
Yeah, Ball, Manood Ball. You can't expect that chemistry to come right away. But as they play more games dito sa Commissioner's Cup, kitang-kita naman na paganda ng paganda yung samahan at pagkakaintindihan nila dito sa tropa.
You know, it's a matter of progressing one game at a time here for Ball. As you talk about progressing, ito naman ang susunod na mga laban ng Tropang 5G. There's Blackwater, there's Titan, and there's Converge. You see the dates there on your screen. Of course, alam na natin yung balita ng Blackwater. Ang coach nila si Jeff Carriazo has resigned.
Yeah.
And Pat Aquino, the assistant coach, has been named interim head coach.
Ito naman din, yung next 3 games ng Terrafirma, they take on Rain or Shine, Ginebra, and MLEX. Mag-Philippine tour itong Terrafirma, their next 3 games. Ibang venues. But yeah, you were talking about one of the hottest news around the league, diba? With the resignation of former head coach Jeffrey Carriazo.
And you know, hats off to Jeff. I think he did his job courageously, proudly, and naubusan ng oras. And we've been saying how TNT has re-established its defense as a key factor in getting back on the winning track. 2-2 on record ng TNT. They're hoping to improve it with this impending victory. They're up by 9, 1:48 to go. Time is on their side.
Actually, after nung panalo nila against San Miguel in what was a spectacular win for TNT, lalo na, tandaan natin, San Miguel denied them of their Grand Slam hopes last season. Tapos doon din sa Philippine Cup, doon din na naig ang San Miguel. Tinambakan ng TNT TNT yung SMB.
And there's gonna be a foul on Umali.
That's gonna be his 6th.
Ali missing that three-pointer. Yung depensa ng TNT. Yeah.
Just his 4th foul pala. I thought I heard earlier it was his 5th, but apparently the foul earlier was his 3rd. So meron pa naman. Umali can stay on the court. It's Ali who's nursing 5 fouls.
Umali goes back to the bench. Papalitan siya ni Zaldivar. That would have been big kung naipasok ni Ali yung three-point shot. But here's Kelly Williams. That'll be his first point in the game.
Si Kelly yung tipong player na kahit hindi yan makascore for an entire game, you'll see na mahaba yung minuto because he contributes in other ways.
He's the epitome of a blue-collar worker. Remember, this guy was once an MVP sa liga natin.
Para sa mga kabataan nanonood, you have to look up clips of Kelly Williams when he was younger. Because, man, that's why he's called the machine gun.
10-point lead. Terrafirma needs some points in a hurry. Kelly Williams now defending Jerica Anmisi. Anmisi has to release. It's just too difficult. Oh, but he manages to get the foul from Kelly Williams. But what Kelly Williams did was to negate the space for a three-point connection.
Imagine a 43-year-old, 44-year-old Kelly Williams guarding someone who, Jeric Anmisi, who's at the peak of his career.
Who's only 28 years old.
Na napapahirapan pa rin ni Kelly.
Ang ginawa doon ni Kelly Williams, as I said just now, is that he took away the three-point shot of Anmisi, and he's known for that.
Let's also remember din yung kwento nito ni Kelly at ni Coach Chot Reyes. Coach Chot had retired from coaching in the PBA nung bumalik siya. The famous story was the first call Coach Chot made was to Kelly Williams asking Machine Gun to unretire and join him, and they won more championships together. Both of them tying their laces back up.
And he's certainly still very capable. Oh, way outside.
Oftana. Makakalusot. And he'll be back at the line.
Clearing the way for Oftana to go one-on-one against Brent Paraiso.
It might take a miracle now for Terrafirma to steal this win, but if there's any league na posibleng magbura nitong 9-point lead in 40 seconds, maybe even 11 kung mapasok ni Oftana pareho, it's in the PBA where a 4-point shot exists. Oftana now with 18.
10-point lead could be 11. And what a massive performance here by a double-double for him. With 12 rebounds and 35 points, and meron siyang 2 assists.
Pero alam mo din, ang baka ma-overlook rin dito is the double-double of Calvin Oftana. And we talk about this guy as someone who has been always someone who's steady in the race para sa best scorer of a conference, even of an entire season sa PBA.
He actually has the same rebounding total as Bol. 12 rebounds together.
And remember, pinag-usapan natin against Meralco, hindi nahuhulog yung mga tira niya, di ba? That has completely changed in this game against Terrafirma.
Well, I think in this game, pinakita ni Coach Chot Reyes the need or the sense of urgency in getting back its game, yung kanilang sistema. And in this game, ang dahil na lang nakuhang assists. You want to check that, they've got a total of 25 assists. Can you believe it? This is a team that averaged 17 assists a game. That's second worst in the league. But now their passing game has been restored. Not only that, yung kanilang depensa, holding Terrafirma down to 89 points. That has been a big key sa pagpanalo dito ng TNT.
Tomorrow, April 12, Sunday, ang laro natin sa Smart Araneta Coliseum. San Miguel versus Magnolia sa first game. Phoenix versus Barangay Ginebra in the second. Parehong mainit na laban yan. So, abangan nyo po. Samahan nyo kami sa Smart Araneta Coliseum. Kung hindi naman, tutok lang kayo dito sa RPTV.
Here's a 4-pointer coming from Jeric.
A wild one.
Shot clock is still going. Oh, but there's a foul.
And I thought Heading clearly gave a nudge there.
But that'll be the 6th personal foul on Heading. So when you see players fouling out, when you see players in foul trouble for TNT, it only means one thing. Napagsabihan sila ni Coach Shot Reyes, hey guys, you better play tough defense.
Take a look
That's
at
our
this.
trademark. Ito, nabunggo yun eh. Ayun, may tulak.
Yeah, that was definitely.
Yeah, that's a foul. Jason Castro coming back in for the mop-up operations, 26.6 seconds to go. This is a win for TNT. And once again, yung sinasabi natin how important it is for TNT to win with defense. Their 2 wins fashioned when they held their opponents down to 94.5. And right now, TNT, 89 points only.
Well, Terrafirma wasn't able to help themselves dun sa mga minintis nilang free throws. Sayang din eh. Because they were 19 of 30 from the free throw line.
One thing you can say about Terrafirma, lumaban sila.
Oh yeah.
They did fight back. They had a lead early. They lost the lead. They got it back. But in that third period, doon na umarangkada ang TNT. And Calvin Aftana missing that first free throw. TNT going to the free throw line a lot. That's why they're number 1 in the league in free throw attempts.
Unfortunately, itong Terrafirma, after starting their conference with 3 straight wins, tatlong sunod-sunod na talo na itong i-absorb nila. Unless they can pull off a miracle of a comeback here. Hanmisid going for a 3-pointer. Papasok yan and ball will collect the rebound. TNT will waste away the time and will get back on the winning column. Recovering dun sa talo nila the last game against Meralco. A big-time performance din mula kay Paul.
You know, it's nice to see the players embracing each other. For a good game played by both sides. At ang best player natin, walang iba kundi si Paul Manudbo. Masterful performance. Put the ball on the floor, attacked the basket. He protected the rim, defended well, got the rebounds that he needed to get. Double-double para sa kanya.
Did a lot of everything. At nakakuha rin siya ng suporta mula sa teammates niya. Kaya nga itong TNT Tropang 5G, they get their 3rd win of the conference. They go up to 3-2, win this 101-89 win over the Terrafirma Dyip. Ang Terrafirma naman, they continue their losing skid. Pangatlong sunod na talo na to after they opened their conference with 3 straight wins. Since TNT taking this win. And don't go anywhere. Dahil susunod na rin po ang bakbakan na makikita natin, of course. It's coming right up here inside the Ninoy Aquino Stadium. And of course, we'll deliver it to you on RBTV. For my partners, Nadine Quinito Henson and Miss Eileen Chi, John Sulit po. Thanking you so much for watching the PBA Season 50 Commissioner's Cup dito lang sa RBTV.
Good evening and welcome to the post-game press conference. I'm joined by your winning coach, Coach Chot Reyes. Coach Chot, congratulations on the bounce-back game. What has been the biggest improvement that you saw today after that sorry loss against Meralco?
I thought in the effort, I think the biggest difference was our players like Calvin now is plus 15 from minus 14 the last time. And that's a big difference. Brandon Rosser, at least now is a plus 3, was minus 16 the last time. So those two turnarounds were huge right away for our team. But to be very honest, we're still very far from competing against the better teams in this league. We have such a lot to work on, and so much more we need to improve on as well.
Balikan natin yung aksyon sa pagitan ng TNT Tropang 5G at ng Terrafirma Dyip. Parehong kupunan pumasok dito. Gustong makabawi dahil natalo in their previous matchups. And right from the tip, it was ball, Manood ball, with an introduction to the Ninoy Aquino Stadium.
Running the floor and finishing off with a slam dunk, Jerica Hamisi. He was on fire from start to finish. That's a three-pointer that he took against Ball. Pero si Arar Pogoy, he missed the first couple of games dito sa ating conference. But there's that pass galing kay Jason Castro, veteran to veteran. They knew exactly what to do with the ball. But Ball actually initiated that action with a pass to Castro.
Absolutely. Nakita natin talaga yung team up ng dalawang veteranong guardia ni Castro at ni Pugoy. But in the second quarter, Muba Ali would be able to do his thing against Ball. He was more aggressive in the second quarter.
Yes. Well, naiwanan niya doon. Si Ball in that drive to the basket. That appears to be a slight weakness in the defense of Ball.
Ito naman si Riobo, nakapulot ng bihaya and he turns it into 2 points. Makikita niyo siya, dumikit na ang Terrafirma. They had a 10-0 run that got them to within 1.
But then Ball, back where he belongs, close to the basket, and he will not be denied that close.
And then Calvin Oftana, who was 0 for 5 from downtown in their game against Meralco. Pumasok na yung mga tira niya sa labas. And Oftana finished with 20 points in this game. He helped itong TNT get that 9-point lead by the halftime break.
Well, so nice to see Oftana bumalik na kanyang golden touch. And then you see Ball with the rebound. He's gonna go coast to coast. Ito na yung drive. Yes! With the one-handed slam dunk. Siya na nakakuha ng rebound. Siya din ang nag-finish on the other end of the floor.
Paano mo pipigilan yung gano'n din?
Hindi mga mapipigil. Grabe. Tapos, Oftana, yeah pa.
Exactly. Kumaka na si Ball sa ilalim. Si Oftana naman tumitira at pumapasok yung mga tres.
Double-edged sword here for TNT.
But we have to give credit to
Ali with a 4-pointer.
Hindi basta-basta bumitaw yung Terrafirma. That we can say about them.
Lumaban. But Nava, he's shown with 2 3-pointers scored here in this period, given sparse minutes, but making every second count.
Pagdating ng fourth quarter, it was a 16-point lead that TNT brought into it. Pero meron uling pahabol yung Terrafirma dito, but Ball just continues to flex his muscles here in the PBA.
What about that strike? He took just 2 steps and coming from way outside to get that shot.
Yun talaga eh, Ball and Oftana, that combination, they combined for 55 points in this game, team.
Actually, dalawa lang sila nag-score in double figures for TNT, but that's okay.
Umali had his time to shine. Shot in for a stretch, had to defend. The import, Ball, Manood Ball. Look at this. Ball throwing the defense at mahahanap niya. Guess who? Calvin Oftana.
Oftana in the corner, but credit the assist to Ball, finding the open guy and enjoying his time on the floor.
That's through a much more efficient game. Para kay Ball in this one compared to their last game, which ended up as a loss to Meralco. He finished with 35 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 4 blocks. Oftana helping out with a double-double of 20 points and 12 boards.
After making that fast jump, Ball raised both of his arms saying, yes, yes, nakahanap ako, nakakuha ko ng steal, ng assist.
It was a 101-89 win para sa TNT Tropang 5G. As for Terrafirma, that's now going to be their 3rd straight loss. Diyan na po magtatapos ang first game offering namin here on RPTV for my partners, the Dean Tinito Henson and Miss Eileen Chi para po sa aming production and technical teams, hard-working men and women. My name is Jotsuit, thanking you for watching the PBA Season 50 Commissioners Cup dito sa RPTV. Don't go anywhere, second game is Meralco versus Macau.